Welcome to BrewPlanner PRO. As you see, the dashboard looks very similar to the free version, with the exception that the banner ads have been removed. We have a few more options over here. We can do a print dashboard, which will bring up a 3-month snapshot of everything that's planned on the dashboard. The other major change you will see right away is the addition of these small green circles next to some of the icons. What these green circles represent is certain products or groups of items that have been associated with these icons. Therefore, these icons no longer represent just an event or an action that will be happening that day. They also represent a group of items that will be subtracted from inventory once these icons are scheduled. When you see the small white check, this means that items have already been subtracted from inventory. These have been confirmed, and it is currently reflected in inventory. If you see just the green circle, this means that everything you need is in stock, but it has not yet been subtracted from inventory. If we go and look further in here, we can see that for this pale ale brew, if we choose the brewing icon, this is the product that has been associated with the brewing icon. So we have the pale ale wort, and it's 15 barrels because we have a 15 barrel brew house. So automatically it's going to schedule 15 barrels. If you further expand with that plus sign, we can see all of the ingredients or raw materials that will be subtracted from inventory for those 15 barrels. This is according to the recipe or the product that was created earlier. We can make large adjustments here by saying maybe if this brew we only did 10 barrels, it will adjust the ingredients accordingly. Or we can make micro adjustments. So if we did do 15 barrels, but we had to make a few adjustments, like we used a little bit more malt because there was some loss from the mill, we can make those micro adjustments here. This also shows where all of these raw materials are stored, which will help once we need to place orders, which we'll show later in the video. Once we've confirmed all of those amounts are correct, we can go ahead and click on confirmed, scroll past the tasks. Maybe this next brew went as planned, so we're going to go ahead and confirm all those items. Then we can click save. The items will be removed from inventory once you have published, so be sure to publish. Once the publishing has been completed, you'll see those little checks up here, which means that all of those items have now been subtracted from inventory. This can be used for the filter pads, for filtration. It can be used for dry hopping. Anytime any items or materials are being subtracted from inventory. We can see here that this brew of this stout, we had a 60 barrel batch, and maybe we're going to take a small amount out and put them into wood barrels. So we've assigned the wood barrel icon. Again, if we expand this, we can see that it's already been confirmed, and there were 3 wood barrels, so for a total volume of 5.1 barrels of volume that were taken out of that fermentation tank. So we see here, once we expand, which items were subtracted from inventory. So when this was confirmed, 3 empty wood barrels were taken out of inventory. So if we go in here, we can look and see that if we go into our inventory and transfers, we can go ahead and filter and look for the wood barrels to see. In here we have 17 empty wood barrels that are stored in the warehouse. We now have 3 of those semi-finished whiskey stout wood barrels, because once the stout was taken and put into the whiskey barrels, it's going to become the whiskey stout. So we can see where that's reflected in inventory. And we'll show you where we can go back and rack out of those wood barrels. So if we go back to the dashboard, now we're going to scroll up, and maybe here on the 9th, we're going to create an order just in packaging. We're going to now create a whiskey stout. So we're going to pull it out of those barrels. And in the wood barrels, we can go ahead and just take out, we're going to just do those 3 that we had in stock. We're going to rack that out. Again, now we see if we expand that it's going to subtract those 3 full barrels of the whiskey stout. Go ahead and confirm that, save, and now it'll be ready for whatever we want to package it in the following day. So again, we'll confirm that. It'll show the white check, and now that will be reflected in inventory that we have. It will return those 3 barrels back into stock. If we double check here again, we see now that there are once again 20 empty whiskey wood barrels in the warehouse, and those full ones have now been put into the bright tank. There can be more than one product associated with each icon. For example, if we open up this IPA, we have assigned the keg icon. When we expand this, we can see that all 30 barrels from this batch have been scheduled into the half barrel kegs. By default, it will put the entire volume into the first product that was created. However, if you're going to do it into more than one product, so here maybe we decided to do 44 of the half kegs and 42 of the sixtals, we can enter that here. Then again, we can expand this if you want to see exactly how much was being used for each of those 42 kegs. We have 42 sixtals, 42 keg caps, 42 keg collars. So we can see exactly what is going to be subtracted from inventory. We can go ahead and confirm both of those exact amounts. Then we will click save, and again, be sure to publish once we're ready for those items to be subtracted from inventory. So we will publish. And now those have been subtracted from inventory. Moving down further, we can see that there are also times that we will see a yellow circle next to one of the icons. What this means is that there has been a purchase order placed. You don't currently have everything in stock that you need for that product, all of the raw materials, but they have been ordered. So if we expand this, we can see that we have all of these in stock. We're green, we're good to go. For the keg collars for this Saison, we only have 50 here in the warehouse, and 70 of them have been ordered, and we have the purchase order number. So this alerts you to the fact that you don't have it currently in stock, but you should be okay because it has been ordered and it should arrive in time for that packaging. Another alert that you might see if we go ahead and create, maybe we want to do an IPA this day. Once we save it, if you ever see a red circle next to the icon, this means that you don't have the item in stock and that you need to place an order. So again, if we double click, we can see the specifics of exactly which item it is that we're missing in order to be able to complete that packaging. Again, we can see here, since we assigned the bottle and keg icon by default, it sends it all into the half kegs because that was the first one that was created, but we also have the option of putting part of this 60 barrels into the 12 packs or into the sixtals. So we have different options here. If we expand this, we can look and see that we have 60 keg collars for the IPA, but we need to purchase more keg collars. So this is where we will go and create a purchase order so that we should be okay for that packaging, which will all be shown in a separate video. You can also see that we have a green circle next to this icon, the same icon here. It will also prioritize according to the date or chronologically. So maybe if with this order we actually had to move the packaging down a day because there was some delay, we can now see that this one has turned red because it's sending the available materials into this previous order. So now this one says that you're okay to go and that we'll need to make a purchase for this one. So this is going to help you with the raw material management and the ordering, all of which will again be shown more in depth in a later video. Just a little quick intro to all the other options. Here we have the option of selecting exactly which icons will appear in each section. So we can choose by section. If we have brewing and we know we are never going to use pumpkin, we can go ahead and just unselect that one. Maybe we want to add in coffee, something we want to add in, then we can save. So you can just hand select exactly which icons will appear in each section for your account. This is all of the setup where we add in all the items for the inventory, where we can create purchase orders, put in all of your customers for sales orders, make inventory transfers, and enter your inventory from the beginning. This is where your products are created. Again, all of this will be shown further in a later video, and further setups like your locations, your suppliers, your sales orders. You have the ability to add extra users and control exactly what access they have in the program, and various different reports that will be printed. So we look forward to working with you. Please let us know at any moment if you need help at support@brewplanner.com.